You're listening to a Rev FM production podcast. Welcome to Pastors Live, the show that discusses things of the Bible and current events for people who love to laugh. And now, the hosts who answer questions with more questions. It's Pastors Dave, Ty, Shane, and the other guy.
Hey everybody, it's Christmas Eve. Who's ready? You guys ready for Christmas? Are you guys ready? Are you
ready or not?
Are you ready? Dave, are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I am. I'm absolutely ready.
Gary, are you ready?
I really am.
Okay, I just let you guys know
it's Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve around Water Springs is a busy day today. We're getting ready we've got rehearsals early this afternoon. We have a 3 o'clock service. We have a 5 o'clock service and a 7 o'clock service. They're all candlelight services, so we invite you to come out and join us and just have a wonderful time of worshiping the Lord. And so it's going to be really good.
In the spirit of Christmas, we should all sing our favorite Christmas carol.
Oh,
on the count
okay.
Of 3.
Wait, no. We should just talk about it, because singing our favorite Christmas carol will be weird all at the same time.
Maybe
because we all don't have the same one. So,
well, mine wins.
Yours wins. Okay. Well, Gary, what is your favorite? Now, when we talk about Christmas carol, we're not talking about Christmas song. Or are we talking about Christmas hymn? What are we talking about?
Any and all.
Okay. So I can accept that. Gary, what is your favorite Christmas carol?
The first Noel.
The first Noel. Mm-hmm. The first. Okay, yeah, all right. And so, Dave, what is your favorite Christmas carol?
We've been a while a-wassailing amongst the trees so green. There you go.
Which, you know.
That or Good King Wenceslas, which is, of course, that's more of a St. Stephen's carol, but it always gets sung at Christmas time.
So are you a Madrigal fan?
Oh, big time.
Okay,
yeah.
So have you been to Madrigal dinners and things like that?
Yeah, Sylvia and I used to sing madrigals, yeah.
Yeah, so Lori did too with her parents. Yeah. I've got a great picture of her parents' madrigal group that they did, and her dad played recorder, she played harp.
Nice.
Her mom was responsible for all that, and I did that in college for many years. Yeah. And the big festival at the Student Union Ballroom, and we do the big giant madrigal. And so, Dean, what about you?
You go first.
Oh, no. Please be my guest. Oh, wait, you are my guest. So please.
My guest. Okay. My favorite one. That's
not a Christmas song.
No, ready?
Okay.
Here's Happy Birthday.
Oh, Dean. Oh, man. So happy birthday to you.
No, we got to pay royalties. Don't do that.
We got
Jesus.
Yeah, careful, man. We get in trouble for that.
I only sang half of it.
By the way, who owns the rights to Happy Birthday?
Probably Michael Jackson.
A lot of good it does him.
I'm pretty sure it's public domain at this point.
No.
Seriously.
No, there's royalties.
Wow. There's royalties. Yeah. That's why when you go into a restaurant and hear happy birthday, that's why you hear that kind of stuff, because
my dad wrote his own. It's pretty good. It goes like this: Happy birthday, happy birthday, sin and sorrow in the air, people dying everywhere. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so tomorrow,
no
happy birthday to Jesus. No royalties on that one. No, mine is actually connected to my grandmother. And it's Oh Holy Night. That's my favorite. And I think for me, that's why I always get frustrated when they don't sing all the verses.
Yeah.
Because she used to sing over me, and she taught me to love others by that. Surely has He not taught us to love one another? And that's a huge part of my upbringing. But she used to sing it to me in the summer, which was always weird as a kid, because my grandmother would sing, but I always visited her.
Such
an
amazing song, right? His law is love, and His gospel is peace. I mean, it's
the theology of that statement.
His law is theological. Yeah. And you go into the stores and the malls, even the gas stations, and they're playing music while you're pumping your gas, and you're listening to these songs, and you're thinking, holy cannoli, if people would stop and listen to these lyrics long enough and think about, what are we singing here? That God became a man in the person of Jesus Christ. He was born to the Virgin Mary. He lived a sinless life. The slave is our brother. He's broken the chains. His law is love. His gospel is peace. All of these things. It's like, man, there's some good theology in Christmas music.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Have you guys heard the song "Labor of Love"?
I haven't.
It's such a different twist. And I won't sing it because I don't want to pay the royalty.
Thank you, neither do we.
Yeah,
and it'll be a different twist.
Yeah, it would be.
Because for you singing it, that would be weird.
It starts out, it was not a silent night.
Oh, no.
And the whole thing is about the reality of that night, and how it just, again, if you haven't, go listen to it. It is an absolutely amazing song, honestly.
Yeah,
cool.
Labor of Love.
Love it. Labor of Love.
Yeah, I'll go listen to it. I think for me, when I think about my favorite songs. I mean, there's so many of them, but I have some great memories when Lori was still playing with the symphony. We'd go down for the Christmas concert, and they'd have the college choir and the community choir and the orchestra up there, and they built onto the stage. So it's this huge, massive thing. And at the end of the concert, everybody's standing. So you're in the Stevens Performing Arts Center, and everybody's standing singing "Joy to the World." And I'm thinking to myself, everybody in this room is singing "He Rules the World." I'm just like, how do you not? Of course, first of all, the fulfillment of the eschaton in "Joy to the World" is amazing to me, because it's from first to the end. It's the whole picture of the narrative of Scripture, and you're just like, this is amazing. And all these people, and I'm looking around, and I stopped singing at one point, and I'm looking around at all these people that don't know Christ, and they're belting these words out that they're reading at the top of their lungs, and I started thinking, is there going to come a day in judgment when people are going to be standing before God, and God's going to say, you heard the truth of the gospel, and my son, and it was in this concert when you sang these words, and out of the, you owned it, you acknowledged these words. Oh, it boggles my mind to think about that. I think about these artists when you see these, the Christmas concerts, and you see these country artists or these secular artists singing these songs. You're like, are they connecting with these words? The performance is beautiful, but are they connecting with the words that of what's going on? It just boggles my mind.
The greatest one, and then can I read the first two verses after I say this of that song?
Absolutely.
One of the best examples of that was Carrie Underwood and Vince Gill at the CMA Awards doing "How Great Thou Art." Yeah. Such a beautiful rendition of it. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Uh-huh. And everybody's singing along in the audience, and you're going, man, you guys, you have no concept of the words that are coming out of your mouth right now. Yeah. So listen to the first two verses of this song. It was not a silent night. There was blood on the ground. You could hear a woman cry in the alleyways that night on the streets of Davidstown. And the stable was not clean, and the cobblestones were cold, and little Mary, full of grace, with tears upon her face, had no mother's hand to hold. Oh, my Lanta.
Yeah, she's on her own.
Dude, right? It was, go listen.
I'll go listen to it.
Right on.
You know what? Beautiful. When we talk about these wonderful things, by the way, we had some great comments come in, by the way. We talked about one last week that came in from some Logan and Isabella in Blanding, Utah. Guys, where is Blanding, Utah? I have no idea where that's at. So they're going to have to tell us where that is. It says that they love the Rev in Blanding. So are we on the air actually in Blanding, or is that like?
I think it's just by the website.
By the website? Oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, hey, praise the Lord. We're global.
We are.
We are global. God help the world. We're global. But we also. The conversation, we've been talking about this white collar, blue collar thing for a while, right? And Brian Turner in Boise, right on. He says this, I thought I was a white collar worker all these years until the pastors talked about the difference. I found out that U.S. Census Bureau categorizes 11 major occupations. 2 are white collar and 9 are blue collar. Well, this is interesting. I didn't know this either. This means that the blue-collar jobs currently make up a little more than 70% of all part-time jobs. The current population survey designates 11 major occupational categories. White-collar occupations, management, business, and financial, professional, and related. Okay, that makes sense. And then major blue-collar occupations, service, sales, and related. Office and administrative support is considered blue collar. That's interesting. Farming, fishing, and forestry. Construction and is that extraction? Extraction. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Extraction. I mean, that means to be removing dirt, putting dirt back. I don't know what that is.
Excavation? Is it supposed to be excavation?
Well, I don't know. It says extraction. I'm reading it. I'm like, and I'm not the best reader, so I had to look at it like 3 times. Installation, maintenance, and repair, production. So Gary, that's what. Transportation, materials, moving occupations, armed forces. I thought that was green collar, but that's beside the point. Oh, like Air Force, big blue collar. No, wait, Marines, blue collar. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Camo collar.
Yeah, camo collar. Yeah, camo collar. Yeah. So that's interesting. So, hey, Brian, thanks for that, man. We appreciate that. Cool. Now I know I'm still blue collar.
Where does bakery owner fall in?
That would be a blue collar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be blue collar.
Like
or powdered donut collar, whatever, powdered sugar.
Whatever the color is of the icing that falls on your collar.
Yeah, whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah, whatever the icing color is. And then we had another one came in. This is from Liam Morris. He's 9 years old, so you guys got to check this one out. On Friday the 13th, this past one, the pastors were talking about the things they do, like petting a black cat, walking under a ladder, breaking mirrors. Do they really do this? Liam, that's a great question. I do all of that. I don't break the mirrors. I can't afford that.
I have broken mirrors, but
I have, but not on purpose.
Yeah, not necessarily on purpose, but I'm not afraid of breaking a mirror. To say that. But I'll pet a black cat. I'll pet a black cat while walking under a ladder. Absolutely, Liam. Yeah, absolutely. I do those things.
And so, Liam, just for me, I learned a long time ago. My dad was a contractor, and so I learned not to walk under a ladder, and it had nothing to do with luck. It had to do with the guy on the ladder, and if he happened to leave a tool on the ladder, you don't want to be walking under a ladder because you can get hurt. But we have a black cat, so I pet a black cat all the time. That I do. But I don't go looking for black cats. I just happen to have one in the house.
Isn't the black cat? I haven't heard that it's you pet it. I heard if it crosses in front of you.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because it lives in my house.
Some of us swerve.
Oh, yeah.
That's awful. That's terrible.
That is terrible.
I didn't say, that's Dean.
Pastor's
Live.
Dean.
That's Dean.
That's Dean. Yeah,
I didn't say I swerved towards them.
Okay.
You assume that is a guilty conscience, my brother.
That's not fair. It's Christmas Eve, man. It's like the Grinch has showed up.
What was Jeff saying last week? What was Jeff saying last week? You made the prayer roll.
Yeah, you made Dean, you just made the prayer roll. It's by the way, Gary, are we gonna play like you're a Grinch, or are we gonna play? We doing Christmas music? By the way, when does the Rev start playing Christmas music?
He won't play Christmas music.
Christmas Day?
Yeah, we play a few.
Just Christmas Day.
Yeah, no, we've been playing it since Thanksgiving.
Oh,
since the day
just
after
a couple. Okay, yeah, all right.
We had about 20.
We had about 20. We had like 20. We play a lot of music.
And what does the library consist of?
20.
50,000?
Well, that's a good point. Well, guys, it is Christmas Eve, and so we want to invite you out to services tonight. Our first service is at 3. This afternoon. That's right. Our first service is at 3. Our second service is at 5. And then our last service for today is at 7. And so we don't have Christmas Day services. All of our services are today, Christmas Eve. So come out and join us. It's a candlelight service, and so we will light the Christ candle. We'll share that light with one another. We'll sing Christmas carols, and it's going to be so much fun. We're looking forward to it.
It's a family Christmas. There's no child care.
No, it's
There's
family
no
Christmas.
Kid men. It's a family Christmas.
Yeah, a lot of music. I'm not talking very long. But I'm gonna make sure the gospel's clear. Of
course.
But we invite people to come out and join us. It's going to be a blessing.
Okay, now I have to ask a question from youth group. When you say you're not talking very long, are you talking from a youth group perspective?
No, from a grown-up perspective.
Okay, just checking.
No, I know it. I remember that. Yeah, if you guys. So Dean and I have known each other a long time, and Dean knows I can teach for an hour to an hour and 15 without blinking.
And you know what?
Yeah.
You pass those traits on to Tom and I, bro. It is so hard to whittle it back.
I know. Sometimes I look up at the clock and I went, that was my introduction. I'm done.
There you go.
But by the way, today is Christmas Eve, but tonight is last minute shopper day, apparently. So it's also, all the men start Christmas shopping after service tonight. They go get all their shopping done. I know that most of us in this room are all done. I know Mr. Potato Head is done. He's got all of his stuff finished. But this is, we also have some other things that have come in. So Liam Morris sent us that little note. But this is this is from Judy Watson. She's listening from Bardstown. So I need new glasses. Bifocals weren't working. Listening from Bardstown, Kentucky. Whoa! Right on.
Judy, God bless you.
So cool, huh?
You win the dozen donuts. Come on out, and you get a free dozen donuts from Amazing Glaze.
Yeah, that's right.
And they'll even meet you there. The pastors will meet you there.
We'll meet you at Amazing Glaze, Judy.
At least one of them.
So So it said they discovered the pastor's podcast on Spotify.
Oh, nice.
Led to watching Water Springs Church online.
Nice.
And the Rev Radio. And so it says thanks, and that's from Judy Watson.
Thank you, Judy.
Oh, Judy, that
cool.
Wow.
That encourages my heart so much. I can't wait to share that with our team.
That's our first Christmas gift this year, right there.
That is it.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. That is a Christmas gift for sure. Hey,
Thank
guys,
you, Judy.
So
that's awesome.
Here's one of those questions for us as we're getting ready. When do you guys open your gifts? Is it Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? What do you guys do? Dave, what do you guys do?
Well, I might not be the person to ask. This year for Christmas, we gave each other nice seats at the Mannheim Steamroller concert last week. So we have already had our Christmas gift to one another. But typically, it'll be Christmas morning.
Christmas morning?
Typically,
so, Dean, what about your family?
Christmas morning, yep, for sure.
Okay, Christmas morning.
But that came more out of the fact that Katie and I mean, our kids are getting older now, but we're just barely hitting that season. So we didn't buy gifts for each other for a long time. So it was all about the kids. So we just watched them open.
Right.
Gifts,
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So Gary, what about you?
Yeah, I grew up opening gifts on Christmas Eve, but we do it Christmas morning.
Right. Lori and I, it's been interesting. When we were first married, we would do, because we have services, right? And so we would go home, we'd still be spun up from service, right? And so we would open our presents on Christmas Eve. Then kids came.
Yeah.
And then once the kids came, because the kids get up early, so then we started doing that. And this year the kids are coming home to roost, so to speak, and so the kids will be home, and so we'll probably get up Christmas morning. But they're all old enough now; everybody will probably sleep in. So I was like, when are we doing this? So we stopped doing Christmas Eve for the kids, we do like one on Christmas Eve because we'd come home from church and they'd all spun up. But then what we do is we put their stockings out and they could get up.
Right.
They could get up without us and they could get into their stockings.
Exactly.
But they couldn't get anything else, but they could get into their stockings.
Yep. We did the same.
And then, that way mom and dad would not be grumpy on Christmas,
That's right.
because, we would actually get some sleep. But we were doing really late Christmas services. We were doing 10 o'clock, or, we would actually, at one point, I think at Pocatello, we actually tried for a midnight candlelight service. I know we did that once.
So I remember the first Christmas gift I ever got.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
I was 10 years old. Because remember, what I grew up in, we didn't.
Oh, good point. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
it was a cross between Amish and Mennonite, man. We did nothing. So 10 years old was the first Christmas we ever had. And I asked my parents for an electric guitar from Mainstream Music, and it came with a starter amp and a little beginner book and a little electric guitar. And Slammer,
I remember that guitar.
Slammer by Hamer.
I remember that.
Still have it.
You still have that?
I still have it.
Because I remember that guitar. Oh man, that's great.
10 years old, man.
Wow. You know what? I don't remember my first Christmas gift. I actually don't. I have some great memories. But I don't remember my first gift. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty good.
It was $120 package.
It was.
Yep, I remember because I even price checked it. I was like, man, Mom, you don't have to give me anything else. Just this is all I want. And the Lord's put it to good use, I think.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, you're still doing music to this day, right? So, Gary, do you remember your first Christmas gift?
Not really.
No, I don't either.
No.
I can't. Dave, do you remember yours?
Of course not. No, our family was all in.
Yeah.
We did it all. Even though we were fundamentalist, I mean, we went trick or treating.
But you never got playing cards for Christmas.
Oh gosh, no. Still haven't. Yeah.
What? No. Oh, now I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. Yeah. Because you're nice set of playing cards.
It's crazy, right? But yeah, we were super hardcore fundamentalists, like the group you grew up in, Dean. You guys were like hardcore, right? Well, we were hardcore, but when it came to the holidays, we were all in, man. Absolutely. Dress up like a cowboy or, whatever. Dress up like a robot. Get your bucket and go trick-or-treating, man. Do it. Thanksgiving, do it all. Christmas, Dad had the 8-foot Santa Claus up on the roof. The whole thing, man. I mean, it was crazy stuff. But then it was like, now put on your sports coat and tie and your hard bottom shoes because we got to go to church.
Right. Don't forget your mantilla.
Right. And it was crazy, man. So, I forgot about that because I've known you since you were 10 or 11. So we got there probably right after one of your very first Christmases.
Because we started going to Calvary when I was 10, and it was you that started that because my mom knew you from your BC days.
Correct.
At the Dome, and then she met you after you started going to Calvary, and she was like, if somebody can change this drastically, then there's life there.
Something real going on. Yeah.
Hey, listen, speaking of something real going on, we've got church this afternoon. So it's Christmas Eve. So come and join us for our Christmas Eve candlelight services, 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m. We're going to talk about the Lamb, the Lion, and the King. We're going to talk about Jesus. We hope to see you tonight. Hey, if you come in tonight and it's your first time here, hey, come and say hi to me. I'd love to talk with you, shake your hand, tell you Merry Christmas. God bless you guys. And you are loved, you are family, and enjoy today. God bless you.
You've reached the end of another episode of Pastors Live, a Rev FM production podcast. Thank you for listening. Submit your questions and comments by email to pastorslive@therev.fm. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review from your favorite podcast listening platform. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon so you don't miss the next episode drop.